74. And timeout called by Tim Jankovic, a 30-second timeout, which is brought to you by O'Brien Mitsubishi. Visit today at Fort Jesse Road and Veterans Parkway in Normal, or at o'brienteamnormal.com.
Well, I'll tell you, Dick, I think this crowd deserves to see 5 more minutes, don't you?
Well, that's one way to look at it. The other is that they've seen such great basketball.
Why not give
they've already gotten their money's worth, but we want them to see another 5.
I'm for the home team. I want them to get 5 more minutes of quality entertainment. You'd take overtime right now, wouldn't you?
I definitely would.
You bet you would.
I don't think the Birds are going to score any more points here in regulation as Southern has the ball down at its end with 3 seconds to go, and we are tied up. 6,367 enjoying this game here at SIU Arena as the Salukis look to inbound it. Same people on the floor for both teams as Dillard will put it in play. 3 seconds left as Dillard looks, and who can he get it to? He throws it to the corner. Fay fires, and it's not good at the buzzer. Rubin picks up the air ball and throws it length of the floor. Not too far off, just a little short. We're headed for overtime. And that pass was very curious. Fay, I think, complaining that he was being held. He couldn't get to the ball as soon as he wanted to. It bounced a couple of times before he got to it and launched up an off-balance 3 that was nowhere near the basket. And we head for an extra period. How about that?
Yeah, it's lucky he got to it at all. I thought it was going to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Right in front, which would have been a great break for Illinois State without 3 seconds going off the clock. But Carlton Fay with a good hustle play.
So the Birds have to go without Dinma Odiakosa here in the extra period, but they're happy to do it. They're still alive as they deny Southern Illinois the basket in the final seconds of the game, and it's 74 apiece. We were tied at the end of the half. We're tied again at the end of regulation, and so we keep on playing basketball here in Carbondale. A reminder that the ISU women just about now are starting their home game with Evansville. That game available if you want to try to listen to both at once on WJBC.com. The game will be picked up here by the Redbird Radio Network as soon as we're done with our post-game coverage. Let's make a quick trip back to our studio. Host here again is Zach Marcel.
Okay, we'll take a full look at a scoreboard coming up after the game, but Bradley leads Evansville 72-61 with 27 seconds left, and earlier today was Drake over Wichita State 78-64. Back out to you.
And that win by Drake at home over Wichita State means the Birds could move into a second-place tie if they get this one here in Carbondale. How about that?
What a fun league race this year.
As the Birds come out with the 5 who finished regulation, the Salukis have Nate Mitchell back in the game. He's played a lot, I would guess, more in this game than he's played in any other this year. As the others are Bocat, Booker, Freeman, and Dillard. And it's Carmichael to jump with Booker as Jerry Pollard, our lead official, tosses it up, and we go for 5 more minutes here in Carbondale. First overtime of the year for the Redbirds. As the ball is in the air and the tap controlled by Illinois State. Birds get the first possession as Lloyd Phillips will come across the timeline. And is into the front court against Dillard. Moves into the free throw circle, now spins it out to Osiris Eldridge, right of center. Osiris toward the goal, pulls up, fires, and it's a little long, and it's not good, and the rebound pulled out of there by Bocat of Southern Illinois as it hung on the back iron and then fell off the wrong way. But a 12-foot shot off the dribble. Dillard now into the lane he goes, and he's fouled by Rubin before the shot. Alex picks up his 4th foul, and the Salukis go to the free throw line. And Dillard, who, as you said, Mike, is a master at drawing fouls, will attempt his 8th and 9th free throws of the game.
He's not a great outside shooter, and he gets most of his points going towards the goal and very creative scoring.
He has averaged 4.5 attempts per game this year, leads the Salukis in that category, and a rare miss for him from the line after he had made his first 7 this evening. He misses that one as Austin Hill is in, and Rubin with 4 fouls sits down. Meanwhile, another attempt by Dillard to untie the game. He can put his team on top with 4.5 minutes exactly to go. The sophomore gets that one. His 16th point. And it's 75-74 Salukis. Southern now with some full court defense as Phillips will move it into the front court for the Redbirds. Southern has lost some close games lately here at home to Bradley and Creighton, most notably as A free by Phillips, not good, off the front of the iron, then the glass, and Booker rebounds it, and the Redbirds still down one, hustle back to play defense. Lloyd thought he had a good lane, spins it to the corner, Bocott free, no, and the rebound, Osiris Eldridge. Eldridge ahead to Carmichael, who makes the catch, and the layup good. He bobbled it and took an extra step. They thought traveling, but he never had possession of the ball, so no traveling called, and the Birds lead by one, 76-75. As he didn't get possession of the ball until after he took the extra step, and then he laid it in. Dillard to the right corner. Here's the lob. Into Booker, knocked away. Carmichael the steal. Jackie Carmichael took the ball, and here come the Birds the other way. Phillips with it, with a smile on his face as he crosses the timeline. 3:21 left to go in overtime. First overtime of the year for the Redbirds. Osiris Eldridge up on top. Moves to the left wing. Now drives into the paint. The pass back. Here's Austin Hill to the goal. Running jump hook. No. And the rebound, Booker. Nice looking shot off the back iron, but it wouldn't go. Southern the other way with the Birds still up by one. And now a timeout is called by Chris Lowry, who wants to talk it over here with 3:01 left to play in the extra period. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by Parkway Auto Laundry. Take a 10-minute timeout and have your vehicle cleaned at Parkway Auto Laundry.
What a fun afternoon. I'm sure the guys in the suits and ties for Illinois State don't feel the same way. They've really been working hard, but what a great game. Over 6,000 are seeing this one, Dick, and it has been wonderful entertainment since Lloyd Phillips' first layup.
Well, the most entertaining game of the year.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
And maybe one of the, it's hard to evaluate because obviously the Redbirds had problems defensively in the first half, but overall a very well-played game by both teams.
It really has, and a very well-officiated game. There's been a couple of controversial calls, but I think overall this three-man crew has done very, very well.
Well, again, Jerry Pollard, our lead man, and the other two guys we're not that familiar with, Eric Curry and Rick Randall.
I thought I straightened that out for
you. Well, I was going to say, I'm not even sure which is which, but Mike, who also has never seen these two guys before, told me when I gave him the names.
That's Eric Curry.
Based on how they look,
right?
Who was who?
There's Eric Curry. Still Eric Curry, Dick. And there's Randall on the other side, Rick Randall.
So that's one of the reasons that we pay you the big dollars that we do pay you to help out on these broadcasts, because I don't know any other analyst in the country, anywhere, who has that skill that you have.
Well, a lot of them won't step forward and use it. They might have it, but you have to have the confidence to step forward and use your skill set.
It's not a skill we use a lot.
No, but
when we need it, it's great to have it.
Go to me more often, Dick. I can glaze it over a little bit more for you. But hopefully one of those two guys won't decide the game. Hopefully the game's decided by the 10 young men playing the game. It's been a great afternoon of basketball.
Well, those men out on the floor have had a tough time deciding it so far. It's a one-point lead for the Birds right now in the first overtime. 2:57 left as the Salukis have put it in play. And here's Dillard up on top. Left of the lane drive, got a step on Hill and a reach in and a knock away and a foul against Lloyd Phillips, and that's the end of the day for Lloyd. He's the second Redbird to foul out of the game, and he's pretty upset with the call.
And he's got to be careful he doesn't get a tee, as the officials were kind of watching him as he headed towards the bench. And
it'll put the Salukis at the line, and they'll have an opportunity to regain the lead with 2:50 left as Lloyd fouls out with 11 points.
Dick, it's too bad that he did reach in, because I think Carmichael was kind of lining up the block, and Dillard was going away from his solid hand. And
of course, there's no way
call. Oh, sure.
No way for Lloyd to know, but
absolutely.
Rubin will be the one to replace him. The Birds huddle up here as they have some time to choose the player who will check in for Lloyd Phillips. Diener Odiakosa preceded Lloyd in fouling out, and so now it's Hill, Rubin, Eldridge, with Carmichael and Lewis. The Salukis have two players with 4 fouls, Fay and Teague, but neither of them are in the game. Neither of them are in the game right now. It is Dillard at the line, where he is 8 for 9 so far in this game, and an excellent free thrower on the season. He looks to tie the game with the first one. The sophomore out of Homewood Flossmoor High School gets the free throw.
He's got a release a little bit like Justin Clark. Kind of cocks it up on his forehead, and it comes out of there a little flat and line drive-ish, but a good free throw shooter, as you mentioned.
And 17 points in all for him as now he tries to give Southern the lead, and he does. Salukis on top, 77-76. Redbirds to put it in play. Osiris to Austin Hill. Some full court pressure as Osiris gets the ball back, and that forces the Salukis to drop back into their man-to-man, and dribbles it up against Tony Freeman without much trouble. He's into the front court. Pass to Carmichael at the high post. Jackie looks it over, hands it to Rubin, who goes to the left wing, fires, and misses short. Rebound Osiris, and then he lost it. Out of bounds, it's off of O.
Well, they called a foul on the Salukis.
Oh, very good. Osiris lost the ball because he was fouled.
Tony Freeman.
Wow. Big call. Not a lot of contact there, but the foul called. It's the second on Freeman, and it will put O at the line in the double bonus with 2.5 minutes left to play. Osiris can put his team back on top. What a great rebound by O.
Yeah, it really was. I'd like to see the replay. I agree with what you said. I thought Osiris just lost the handle right in front of the ISU bench.
Free throw is on the way and good.
So when you're a player of Osiris's level, Dick, you get those kind of calls.
That is the first second-half point for O in the game. He now has 13 for the contest.
Really none in the second half.
No, that's right. That's what I just said.
Yeah, got it in OT. He's got to turn it on a little bit.
Oh, I got you, yeah. None, only one since halftime as he shoots the second free throw, also good. And it's 78-77. Birds lead by 1 after the 2 free throws, so the teams have traded a pair of free throws. Dillard for the Salukis, Osiris for the Redbirds, and now Dillard in the front court for Southern with 2:21 left. Dillard moves to the right wing, and a whistle, and a moving screen on Booker is the call. Turnover against the Salukis. The Redbirds get the ball with a 1-point lead, 2:18 left.
And when I talk about taking over the game, Dick, most people think I mean offensively. Well, Osiris is capable of taking over a game defensively.
He created that foul there, and the Birds have the ball back as Fay, who was in there in an offensive situation, is now out. And it's Mitchell back in for Southern. 2:18 left in OT. Redbirds with a 1-point lead and the ball as Rubin comes across the timeline. Spins the pass to Lewis on the left wing, and now Osiris inside Rubin underneath the basket, dribbles back out.
And Dillard twisted his ankle.
As a whistle and a stoppage of play for Dillard.
You know, usually you don't stop the play when the offensive team has the ball, but in that situation, Dick, I think it's a big benefit to Illinois State. We are a little out of whack. Now we have a chance to regroup a little bit as Dillard is limping around. I don't know if he's going to come out of the game, but
well, maybe he has. Does he have to come out of the game if they stop play for him?
I would have thought so, but I think it's a break for Illinois State.
22 on the shot clock, 2:05 left in the game. The Redbirds lead 78-77 and have the ball down at their end. They'll inbound it here in a moment.
A double unusual call.
Yes, it really is.
But I think it's to our benefit.
He is going to be allowed to stay in the game as Lewis gets the inbound pass, gets it right back to Eldridge, who drives by Freeman, pulls up, fires, gets the basket, that puts the Birds up by 3 with 1:58 to go. 80-77 Redbirds. Dillard now across the timeline. Osiris's first field goal since the first half. Dillard spins it left wing, Bocott with it. Angles toward the goal, and a whistle as he fired it up there after the whistle, and the foul is called against Austin Hill. Second on him. Both teams in the double bonus. 2 free throws coming for Justin Bocott, who has made 2 of 2 thus far in this game, and we mentioned earlier a good free thrower for the season. Now at 20 for 27 as he gets that free thrower.
Only been to the line 27 times this year.
Yeah, that surprises me, although he does do a lot of perimeter shooting.
In 18 games, that's not many trips.
Nope. Another one coming for the lefty from Bloomington, Illinois. Gets that one, too. The Redbird lead right back down to 1. 1:43 left. 80-79 Birds. Hill gets it to Rubin, who will get it across the timeline. The Birds playing without Phillips, without Odiakosa, both of whom have fouled out. Here's Rubin, spinning toward the goal. Sets up Osiris. Dillard on him. Oh, with 19 to shoot. Outside the arc now. Motions his teammates. Now drives, pulls up, fires. That's short. Rebound for them. Bocott takes it. Hands it off to Dillard. 1:11 left. Salukis down 1 with the ball. Dillard moves up toward the top. Angles toward the goal. Now he puts on the brakes. Now to Booker. Layup. Yes. Salukis lead by 1. A minute to go. As Booker scores his 5th basket. Redbirds down now 81-80. Under under a minute as Osiris is in the front court with 48 seconds left. Here's Lewis to Hill on the left side. Austin deals it to O. Osiris now gets a screen from Lewis, pulls up and fires and misses in and out. And the rebound for Bocott. And the Birds now have to foul. Unless they can produce the 10-second call. It's Dillard in the backcourt, double team. The travel is called. A travel is called against Kevin Dillard. Osiris and Alec force the travel with a double team in the backcourt. The Redbirds don't commit the intentional foul immediately. They get the turnover instead, and the Birds are back in business, still down one. But now with 26 seconds to go, a 30-second timeout called by Tim Jankovic. And Illinois State will inbound it with a chance to rescue this one yet.
Do you think we caught a break there?
I didn't see the travel, but I didn't.
I thought they were going to award Dillard the timeout that he was trying to call. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking we maybe got a break there.
Well, both teams have gotten some breaks on official calls in this game.
Absolutely.
The Birds certainly, if that is a break, got a big one there, as they don't have to put the Salukis at the line now. They have the ball with a 1-point difference. Salukis ahead, 81-80 after the layup by Booker.
Some hungry dogs behind this, Dick.
In this situation, Mike, with a 1-point deficit, you certainly don't want to necessarily wait until the end. You've got to take the first available good shot you can take.
Yeah, I agree, but I think the first available good shot is whichever one Osiris wants to take. I don't know if you agree with that.
I do. The last one he took in and out. It was down in the cylinder, and it somehow popped out of there.
Maybe I'm old school, but he's the guy that I want shooting it, make or miss.
Well, unless he can draw a double team and find somebody wide open somewhere, especially right by the basket, he's got to be looking for that too, because they'll invest their entire defense in him and force a very tough shot. It'll be Osiris to inbound it. Same people for the Redbirds. 26 seconds left as the Birds down one. Get it into play, and a tough inbounds pass for Carmichael as Osiris now gets it back from Jackie. Here's the feed to Austin Hill up on top. 20 seconds left. Birds down one in overtime here at Southern. Austin Hill has the pass knocked, and a whistle and a kick is called. It was knocked by the foot of Bocott. That means nothing, except the Redbirds have to inbound it again with 15 seconds left in the overtime.
Osiris is taking the ball out of bounds. I think they're going to make the change here, because if Osiris takes the ball out of bounds and inbounds it, Southern Illinois is a good defensive team. They might not let him get it back. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come out of the timeout and somebody else is inbounding the ball other than Osiris.
Tim Jankovic has called for that 30-second timeout. Yeah, a different story with 15 seconds than with 26.
Absolutely, and I don't know who I want inbounding the ball, but I don't know who's in the game right now, but Lloyd's out of the game, and he's a good passer, but he's not available. And it will be interesting to see who inbounds the ball. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Alex Rubin.
Rubin is still in there, or was still in there before this timeout with Hill and Osiris, and up front it's Lewis and Carmichael. As the Redbirds have broken huddle, here come the Salukis. 15.2 seconds to be exact. It will be Osiris to inbound it. So the Birds banking on the fact that they'll have enough time to get it back to O, or maybe somebody else can get a good shot. It comes into the backcourt. Rubin makes the catch, and with 12 seconds, brings it back across the timeline. Here's the pass. Shot by O. It's not good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It belongs to who? It's Illinois State ball with 5.5 seconds to go. A player for each team going for that missed shot on the weak side by Osiris, and it was tipped out by the Salukis. And so one more opportunity for Illinois State to win this game as the Birds trail 81-80. Now 5.5 left, and now it will be Austin Hill to put it in play. Great drama here in Carbondale. Austin Hill looks, finds Osiris. He gets the screen. He fires. It's no good. Southern gets the ball, and Southern wins the game. As Osiris from well outside the arc, and it was a well-contested shot, got it up there in time, but to no avail, and the Salukis prevail here in Carbondale, 81-80. Southern Illinois with the victory. What a dramatic and entertaining ball game. Unfortunately, the Redbirds head home with a Missouri Valley Conference loss on the road. Again, it's the Salukis 81 and the Redbirds 80. We're back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
What's your idea of financial security?
I see myself with my school loans all paid off. Totally. Completely. Then I'll go from there.
Well, probably knowing the roof over my family's head is protected against whatever life brings.
Kids out of the house, just me and my wife, and time to go to the place where my great-grandparents are from.
When we have enough to say, we'll be okay.
Wherever you're starting from, whatever your personal financial goals, Country Financial can help you balance your need to protect what you have with your desire to build for the future. Your Country Financial representative listens to your own definition of financial security and then helps you create a tangible plan to achieve it. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
See the Country Financial representative near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
Make this year your year to catch Arch Madness, celebrating 20 years of Valley basketball in St. Louis. Don't miss the 2010 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship, March 4th through 7th at Scott Trade Center, presented by Diet Pepsi and Fox Sports Midwest. Arch Madness. For tickets, call 314-241-1888. 314-241-1888 or visit archmadness.com.
Well, the first overtime game of the year for the Redbirds results in a loss. The Birds now go to 14-6 overall and 5-4 in the Missouri Valley. It's a great win for Southern and a very important win for them, Mike, as they had lost 5 of 6 here before this one, and so they now climb to 11-7 overall, and they're back to 4-5 in the league.
Yeah, it was a great college basketball game, Dick. We got 5 extra minutes with the overtime, but neither team really deserved to lose. But credit Southern Illinois, they made one more play than we did down the stretch. It is a big win for them and a tough loss for us heading out to Wichita Wednesday night.
We'll check this game in more detail statistically coming up. We'll talk with Tim Jankovic. I believe we'll get a chance to talk to a Redbird player as well, as Redbird Review is coming up next, after which we'll switch to the game at Redbird Arena between the ISU women and Evansville. Again, the final here, 81-80 in overtime. Southern wins it. Stay tuned. Redbird Review is next on the Redbird Radio Network.
Rain likely tonight, a low near 40. Details in your Weather Channel forecast. Good afternoon, I'm Jim Fitzpatrick. Most lawmakers get a free ride on the primary ballot. Dave Morrison with the Illinois Campaign for Political Reform says sometimes voter choice is constrained during the election period.
Typically about half of all incumbents do not see opponents in either the primary or the general. We'll have to see come November how many incumbents are opposed then.
Morrison says only 15% of state lawmakers who are on the ballot this year face a challenge in the primary. He says 9% of seats are open because a lawmaker is retiring or running for another office. Meanwhile, voter registration numbers in Illinois have spiked compared to the numbers from the statewide primary 4 years ago.
Nearly 300,000 more Illinoisans are registered for the primary this year. That puts the number at about 7.5 million. But that's no indication of voter turnout on February 2nd, according to State Board of Elections Director Dan White.
This is a gubernatorial and off-year election. Generally, the turnout for those elections are not as high as the primaries for the presidential election.
The total includes some who registered under grace period registration, which ends next Tuesday. So far, around 40,000 people have participated in early voting and 65,000 have voted absentee. At the Capitol, I'm Emily Ford.
Looking at your Weather Channel forecast, rain likely tonight, a low near 40. We'll see occasional rain tomorrow, some snow showers mixing in the afternoon, a high near 41. Sunday night, cloudy, a low near 29. And then for your Monday, windy with a few snow showers, highs in the low 30s and lows in the low 20s. This is McLean County's voice for local information all day, every day, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com. I'm Jim Fitzpatrick.
This is Illinois State head women's basketball coach Robin Pinkston, and this is your voice for the Redbirds, 1230 WJBC. Go you Redbirds!
81-80, the Redbirds fall in overtime to the Salukis. Birds now 5-4 in the Valley, 14-6. Overall, welcome to Redbird Review. After Redbird Review, we'll head out to Redbird Arena for Redbird women's basketball. It's 11:07 left to play in the first half. It's the Redbirds leading Evansville 19-10. You can catch that one right now online at WJBC.com. We'll take a break. We'll hear from head coach Tim Jankovich. We'll take a look at a scoreboard coming up next. 81-80 in overtime. The Redbirds fall to the Salukis. We'll be back after this on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Meyer knows that ever since the dawn of history, people have loved low prices. Take the Cro-Magnons.
Look what I picked up today at Rocks and Things.
A woolly mammoth welcome mat?
Don't worry your not-so-little hairy head. It only costs 9 pterodactyl teeth.
Well, for 9 pterodactyl teeth, I guess you can keep it.
2 million years later, Meyer has everyday low prices on everything from steaks to big-screen TVs, not to mention thousands of sale items and 5,000 price drops each week. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that low prices never get old. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices.
Recently, Amy from Bloomington called Bratcher Heating and Air for some work on her furnace. Here's the letter Amy wrote to Bratcher after the work was done. I just had my furnace fixed. Justin was my service person, and he was great. He explained everything he needed to do in a way that I could understand, helped me with a question over the weekend, and was incredibly patient with my 2 exuberant dogs. To top it all off, the job was cheaper than expected, and now I have a warm, cozy house. Justin is a true professional, and I could not be happier with the service I received from Bratcher. Thanks a ton. Amy in Bloomington is a happy customer, so do what she did and contact the Bratcher team today at 454-1611. Stop by at 1210 Fort Jesse Road in Normal or go online to BratcherComfort.com.
Warm in the winter, cool in the heat of the day. Bratcher Heating and Air, making home comfortable again.
Buying a new or used car can be nerve-wracking, but Extreme Motors takes the worry of buying a car right out of the equation. Drive Hyundais, Kias, and Nissan, and buy with confidence, because Extreme Motors offers lifetime warranties on all new and used vehicles. Extreme Motors, 2029 Ireland Grove Road, and 1608 South Morrissey in Bloomington. Or visit driveextreme.com.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go Extreme. Extreme is the one. Click, click, click. DriveExtreme.com.
Join me, Ron Ross, for information, trivia, interesting talk, and more late mornings on McLean County Station for the Illinois State Redbirds, 1230 WJBC.
Lewis has it now. Inside Fischler, a layup, good. Count the goal. A foul is called as Blake goes to the line with the Birds now up by 2.
And Dick, those are your Schooners hot points. 50. Mishler out of Metamora with the key. Schooners hot points.
Those are your Schooners Hot Points. Be listening on our flagship station, WJBC, Monday morning with Scott Laughlin, and correctly identify who scored those Schooners Hot Points and win a batch of hot wings from Schooners. 81-80 in overtime. The Redbirds fall to the Salukis. Birds now 14-6 overall, 5-4 in the Missouri Valley Conference. We will hear from head coach Tim Jankovich coming up in a bit. Blake Mishler will be our player guest as well. But let's first take a look at your post-game scoreboard brought to you by DP Dough in Uptown Normal, home of the $4.99 Zone of the Week. For more or to order online, go to dpdoughonline.com. We begin with a look around the Valley, brought to you by the 2010 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Championship. Help celebrate the 20th anniversary of Arch Madness, March 4th through the 7th, as the Redbirds compete at Scottrade Center in St. Louis. For Arch Madness tickets, call 314-241-1888 or order online at Ticketmaster.com. In women's action with 9:07 left in the first half, it's the Redbirds leading Evansville 23-14. We'll join that one right after Redbird Review here on WJBC and some of these Country Financial Redbird Radio Network stations. In men's action, 2 finals from earlier, it was Drake beating Wichita State 78-64, and Bradley beat Evansville 74-64. Redbird basketball is brought to you in part by Parkway Auto Laundry. Score one for you and your family when you gain an hour in your day in just 10 minutes with help from Team Pal at Parkway Auto Laundry. Stop by their full-service facilities in Bloomington and Normal or Pal Express on Market Street in Bloomington. 81-80, the final score. The Salukis pull it off in overtime. The Salukis now 4-5 in the Valley. They are 11-7 with their overall mark. Still to come, we'll hear from head coach Tim Jankovich, and Blake Mishler will be our player guest as well. We will revisit our keys to the game before this one is all said and done. A reminder that we will join that Redbird women's basketball game in progress here on WJBC and the Country Financial Redbird Radio Network right after Redbird Review. 81-80, the final score. The Redbirds fall to the Salukis. We'll head back out to SIU Arena after this on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Winter can really be a drag, especially on your car. Z-Mart Superstore has 3 great ideas to make you in America.
What's your idea of financial security?
We need to know we have enough insurance for emergencies.
And making sure we have a good plan for our retirement.
No matter where you're starting from, your Country Financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
For help with all of your insurance and financial security needs, call me, Brad Worth, at 663-8960.
Hey, Redbird fans, I'm R.C. McBride. Join us for a lot of information and fun every afternoon on the Voice of McLean County, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
This is Dick Lutke back at SIU Arena, where Southern Illinois has just scored a dramatic overtime win over Illinois State's Redbirds, 81-80. The final. We're joined by head coach Tim Jankovich. Tim, a highly entertaining and I thought for the most part very well played basketball game.
No question. It was just an absolute outstanding college basketball game. Probably the best one. Well, one of the best ones we've been in. Utah was a pretty good game. We've had some others, but for this one was a high level. I thought both teams played great. I thought Southern played their best game of the year, and I feel that because we watched so much film. We've seen them. It's not just that we are guessing. We watched them, and that was certainly their best effort. And for all the good that we did, and we talk about it, what a great game it was. But the difference in the game was they really couldn't score. I don't know how many field goals they had the last 7 minutes of this game, 5 in overtime and 2 minutes into the regulation. I thought we were doing a tremendous job of taking them out of what they were trying to do. The problem was we could not help but foul, and that was the game. The game was lost for us because we put them at the foul line on penetration late in the game, and that's how they made their hay. And we were not getting the easy ones as far as penetration. I thought we had some great looks. Thought Osiris got some great chances at it, but and he battled his tail off. It just wasn't to be. We if you look at the stat sheet, we both shot 18 threes. They made 7. We made 5. If one of those goes in, it's a different game. But anyway, great effort I thought by both teams.
The fact that they did get to the foul line so much, that's something actually that you've done well, very well, really, for the most part this year, keeping the opponent off the foul line. Was this a case to some extent of not adjusting to a more closely called game?
I don't know. I guess I'd have to watch the film on that. I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes, they shot 11 in the first half, and
13, I think, in the second.
Yeah. What's fresh in my mind is the overtime, and they were getting all their points on nothing, but they couldn't really run their offense, and then they'd get some penetration at the end, and we'd reach and grab, and so then they go and they get easy baskets. That's what's fresh in my mind. I can't, early on, I'd have to go watch the film again to really take a look at that.
Well, a difference between the two halves for sure. An offensive explosion in the first, and then the defenses, especially yours, I thought, really tightened up in the second. But were you that upset with the defense in the first half?
No. It was a great effort. We were playing our tail off, and that's why I say this is Southern's best game. They shot 64% the first half, and we were getting after it. It wasn't at all that we were not turned up and high energy and all those kinds of things. I just thought they had a very confident night. They had a lot of guys clicking. Dillard was the first half though. Dillard hurt us so bad. He had 13, 14 points at half and 5 assists. I mean that's more than half their points, I guess, that he accounted for. So that was a real issue. We did a real poor job on him, and that got all their heads up and took them into halftime of 46 points or whatever.
Right, it was 46.
Yeah,
he did have 13 at the half, and he winds up with 11 attempts from the line. Of course, he's very good. He has been all year at getting to the line, but not too many get there 11 times.
His game the other, and we said that before, and he had a real rough game the other day against Bradley. I think he was 1 for 9, and he got foul trouble and just had one of those kind of games. So we talked before that we felt like he would come out ultra aggressive, and definitely we were right about that. He certainly did.
You were worried, Tim, about their offensive rebounding ability. They had 2 offensive rebounds for the game.
Oh, unbelievable. You know, I'm just shocked, and that just shows you how cut in our guys were. You can't do that by luck or accident. I mean, that's a commitment, and particularly their last game out, they out-rebounded their opponent, I don't know, 15 or something, you know, and so those are the type of things you look at, and how can you fault your team? My gosh, I mean, you look at we forced more turnovers than they did. We out-rebounded them. I thought we got to more, made more hustle plays than they did. I thought we just scratched around. So just really unfortunate when you play that well that you don't get rewarded for it.
9 turnovers for the entire game, only 2 of those in the first half, and then their defense is good as well, obviously. You were taking great care of the ball.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, I thought we just shared it great, and we had a good flow about us, and everybody was really cut in, I thought, and we had a chance. We had a chance, and unfortunately, just we need one more bucket to fall, or we need one less free throw at the other end, and it didn't happen for us.
A couple more things. You lost Diener Odiakosa and Lloyd Phillips to fouls, 2 of your 3 senior leaders. How critical was that to you?
Well, Diener was absolutely fantastic. Diener was owning the game for about a 10-minute stretch. So that, of course, that was a devastating blow, and Lloyd, has been playing tremendous all year. So we were shorthanded in the overtime, and they weren't, and so that worked against us. But that's all part of it.
And losing a game like this when you play so well and you're not rewarded, do you worry about the psyche of your players from this point?
Well, coach worries about everything. If you play great, you worry about, we're overconfident. If you have a tough loss, you worry that they're going to get affected. And if it's sunny outside, you worry if it's going to rain. So, I mean, that's, all the above on that. So that's just, that's what we do. That's basically what a coach does for a living, is thinks of all the things that we can worry about.
Well, the nature of competitive athletics, sometimes you do things really, really well, and the other team finds a way to do them just much better.
No, it's life. It's college basketball. It's sports. That's what it is. I mean, nobody goes undefeated tonight. Half the teams in America lost. You can count on that. Half of them. Half the teams lost, and you know what? Of those half that lost, probably at least half of those played a tremendous game. But don't get rewarded, and that's sports, and that's the heartache that goes with it, the highs and the lows, and you have to be tough enough and strong enough to just deal with that and move on and take the sting and hope great competitors, it makes them stronger. And I thought lately our team, after let's say a really poor performance at Drake, although I heard Drake won at Wichita State.
They won at that was at home, I guess. In Des Moines.
I don't know.
It was in Des Moines.
Okay,
but still.
Yeah, but anyway, so after a poor performance, how are we going to come back from that? What kind of competitors are we? And I thought we played a tremendous game against Creighton, and then in a tough situation here, Southern got their back against the wall a little bit. I think they were 3-5 coming in, and they've got a home game. They have to win, and so we find their very best of the year. We find their best game of the year, and I thought we responded great to that. So have no reason to believe that we won't, turn it up again. But as you said, of course, it's always a concern that your guys can get discouraged or lose a little bit of confidence. But hopefully that's not going to be the case.
Well, it was a really fun game to watch, so we're eager to watch you guys in the next one at Wichita Wednesday. Tim, we're going to check you out on your assertion that half the teams lost. And
go ahead and
we'll let you know if you're right on that.
Yeah.
And we'll wish you well preparing for Wichita State.
Thanks very much.
Tim Jankovich's Redbirds fall just short here of what would have been a huge victory at Southern Illinois. They lose in overtime 81-80. We'll talk with Blake Mishler, who was huge off the bench for the Redbirds, especially in the first half, as we continue with Redbird Review after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
I'm hungry.
DP dough?
We just had DP dough. You're obsessed.
Maybe, but right now my mind is awakened and bacon.
The calzone with bacon, egg, and cheese, but it's afternoon.
Who cares? DPDO has a calzone for every occasion.
Every occasion.
Try me.
Fine. Then what occasion calls for a shocker zone?
Trick question. There's no bad time for a shocker. Steak, cheddar, potatoes, jalapenos, and a side of ranch. Any time is shocker time.
Such a one-track mind. If you're not thinking about DPDO's calzones, you're not thinking about anything at all.
Not true. I'm hooked on their homemade cookies, too.
Whatever. Now I'm craving the DP2. Come on, let's go.
No way I'm getting up. Offer delivery.
They're right there in Uptown Normal. How lazy are you?
Very.
Okay, you win. What's their number again?
888-ZONE.
Zone out at DPDO Calzones in Uptown Normal, across from Maggie Miley's. With more than 50 unique calzones, there really is a zone for every occasion. Dine in or call 888-ZONE for delivery. Check out the daily specials or go for the DP Double Play. 2 world-famous zones and an order of cheese sticks for just $15. DP Dough, to each his zone.
These days, we're pinching pennies everywhere we can. On groceries, utilities, even insurance. But get into one car accident and your rates could rise as much as 40% just because of it. Suddenly, your affordable insurance isn't. Unless you have Allstate Accident Forgiveness. Then the accident won't make your rates go up at all. It's part of Your Choice Auto, only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Call Mike Rudy Rudisil at 663-8918 today. Feature is optional and subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Whether it's banging under the boards or banging nails into boards, finely tuned athlete, or weekend warrior, you'll find relief from those aches and pains with Lease Chiropractic. 30-year veteran Dr. Richard Lease is a certified chiropractic sports physician. If you're haunted by chronic headaches, stiffness, lower back, or neck pain, see Dr. Lease at his Prospect Road, Bloomington office. Call 663-8541. 663-8541. Call today and start your treatments tomorrow. The doctor is always in at Lease Chiropractic Center.
Redbird Basketball on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network is brought to you by Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security?
81-80 was the final here. Southern in overtime over Illinois State's men in Carbondale. The women, meanwhile, are playing right now at home against Evansville and lead 35-19 with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. We'll join that game as soon as we're done with our post-game coverage here, which will be soon. But first we want to talk with Blake Mishler, the junior out of Metamora, who had a great ball game, his best of the year, scored 5 points on 2 for 3 from the field, and a free throw, 4 rebounds, a couple of blocked shots. Nice going, Blake.
Thank you.
It's always better, of course, to have that sort of game in the context of a victory.
Yeah, exactly. I wish, I could have helped out a little more, but...
Well, you did help out, and that had to feel good.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys played so well and still didn't get what you came here to get, how do you think that affects you and your teammates mentally?
It's a bit frustrating. We came out, we played tough. In the end, we just didn't hit a few shots. But I think we're really going to carry this over into practice and hopefully to Wichita.
You obviously all recognize that you played really well, and that has to help your confidence.
Yeah, really you got to just take every one of these losses, learn from it, and hopefully build upon it because, we're really building towards the end of the year. That's when it really counts.
You've had really 2 good performances in a row now after that tough one at Drake, Creighton at home, and this one, and a huge challenge ahead.
Yeah, definitely Wichita's a tough place to play, but hopefully we'll be able to keep climbing and, going there with some momentum.
It's a great atmosphere to play, and this was pretty good here. They had 6,200 fans, and they were making a lot of noise. Do you get a little, I know it's easier to play at home when your folks are cheering for you, but do visiting crowds who are really rabid and making a lot of noise pump you up?
You feel it before the game, but once you really get in there, you kind of get tunnel vision. You're only seeing between the lines, so it really doesn't affect me personally.
Is that true at home, too, pretty much?
Basically, but you definitely feel the energy of the fans when they come out.
Right. Well, and we'll hope Redbird fans are out for the next home game, which is a week from today against the Bradley Braves. In the meantime, you guys, I know, are looking toward the Wichita State game and looking toward improving. This team is improving. Wouldn't you agree each week?
Yeah, we have a really young team. That's no excuse, but, we're getting more experience as we go on. We're getting tougher. We're playing a little better every week, so hopefully that continues.
Well, good to see you playing so well. Blake, keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you.
Blake Mishler, the junior from Metamora, our player guest. We'll come back. We'll revisit Mike Matthews' keys to the game, and we'll check a couple of stats and close it out here and head for Redbird Arena. Again, the final here, 81-80, Southern Illinois wins over ISU's Birds. Back with the conclusion of Redbird Review after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
You've heard it before, and it's true. There's never been a better time in the last few decades to buy a home. Right here, right now, interest rates are still at historic lows. Plus, there's still a tax credit of up to $8,000 for first-time homebuyers. This credit is for any type of house, existing or new. Prudential Snyder Real Estate agents have access to all available area homes. Call Prudential Snyder Real Estate, 663-7653 for details on tax credits and an appointment to see your dream home. Call 663-7653 for Prudential Snyder today.
It looks like a lot of you have been coming to Maggie Miley's before and after the games, and we thank you very much. But for those that haven't been here, I would like to personally invite you and your family to give us a try. My name is Peter, and we offer all the great traditional, authentic Irish dishes you can find, and the locals tell me our shepherd's pie is one of their favorites. Plus, we also have a kids menu. And if you're just looking to warm up, stop in and try one of our copies of the world. They're sure to please. So come experience Maggie Miley's with plenty of parking in Uptown Normal.
Long-term care can often mean long-term debt. But when you add the long-term care benefit option to a new whole life policy from Country Financial, you can withdraw the policy.
Your business the second half and stay sharp and stay focused and get the job done. So we'll see how it goes. The Birds with a 16-point lead.
All right, and I think the Redbirds have been a better second-half team most of the year.
I'll tell you what, though, it is so hard to keep your team motivated when they come in with a 16-point lead and they know they can dominate this team.
Lob down low to Nicole Lewis, and we're going to have a foul already on Eva Benson, the 6'1 sophomore from Overton, Nebraska. Evansville picked up a ton of fouls. Illinois State had only 3 in the first half. Evansville put Illinois State, on the other hand, in the double bonus. You know, you get the sense that the Birds have not dominated this game. As the ball comes in, Lewis shoots and scores. It's an 18-point lead. Despite the 18-point lead, you get the sense they really haven't dominated. And you know what? The stat sheet looks really good. It's just, it's kind of a strange feeling.
It definitely is. And part of it's because Evansville's improved over their last performance on Thursday. So they're seeing some bright spots, and I think they're a little encouraged also.
Eva Benson scores for Evansville, so the Illinois State lead is back at 16. Maggie Crick with the basketball up the floor. Gives to Lewis. Lewis shakes her defender. The left-handed layup is good. Nicole Lewis with 4 points already in the second half. Birds again by 18. And a turnover by Illinois State. Clifton got the hand on it, deflected it to Crick. Now Crick takes the ball up the floor to the right wing. Goes cross court. Ashleen fakes the baseline jumper. Spins it out to Clifton. Clifton out top. Goes to Spanich. Spanich will wheel it. Bracey now fakes the 3, steps inside, has to get rid of it, does so to Clifton. Skip pass goes to Spanich, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Hannah will drive the baseline, draws the double team, but throws it away. And what's the call here? Ball's going to go to Evansville anyway. A foul on Illinois State?
There was a foul in the paint, I think, on Hannah Spanich.
Yeah, Hannah struggled on that play a little bit. She did everything right, drew the double team, and then ran into trouble.
Yeah, when she made her pass, she kept her momentum going forward and got into her foul.
Well, Evansville had picked off the pass anyway, so it was going to be Evansville
downhill all the way, wasn't it?
Illinois State leads 44-26. Evansville with the basketball. Kaylin Martin, a freshman point guard for the Aces, gives to Gallagher, one of the seniors on this team. She had the tournament-winning shot for the Aces last year. Down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. Does Martin know it? Now she does. 2 seconds. Shot is up. It is not good. Rebound knocked loose and picked up by Hannah Spanich alertly by Illinois State. They try to trap her in the corner, and the Redbirds able to get out of it. Good play by Spanich. Clifton now wheels it. Down low, it's Lewis, right of the lane. Kicks out to Clifton. Bracey, top of the key. Fakes the 3, now steps into the lane. Quadruple teamed, and she is called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, I don't know what Ashleen was thinking. She drew 3 defenders and kept going.
There were actually 4 purple shirts in there, so that happens. It's a pretty good bet somebody else has got to be open somewhere.
Yeah, there's got to be an open player. There's just got to be.
Birds by 18 and a reach-in foul on Amanda Clifton.
Well, Birds are trying to get more aggressive, but maybe not great judgment right now.
Clifton and Martin have had an interesting little battle here. Martin, the freshman. Clifton, the junior. Under 18 to go for the game. Birds by 18. Eva Benson shoots and misses. Rebound Emily Hanley, who just came into the game for Ashleen Bracey. Now Clifton. Bounce pass goes to Crick. Shot is up and good.
Oh, she left Bamberger standing and watching. That was a great backdoor by Maggie Crick.
20-point Redbird lead. Gallagher to Benson working against Lewis. Shot is
Nice help.
deflected by Emily Hanley, and here come the Redbirds again. Up the floor. Hanley catches, shoots, scores. Clifton with the half-court pass. Hanley with the shot. The Birds lead by 22, and now Martin falls to the floor, keeps the dribble, and a timeout called by Evansville so as not to lose the possession. And this will be a 30-second timeout that will extend twice today. Something to watch for here in the second half. Birds lead by 22. Evansville with the basketball. Shot for three is short. Rebound tapped around. Amanda Clifton grabs it for Illinois State. And Clifton calling for the help, getting it from Spanich, and Spanich sends it back to Clifton. Now Clifton dumps. Crick fires three, left side. Got it! And the Birds are turning it on now. 51-26 ISU.
They are definitely feeling it now, RC, and I think everyone's getting so comfortable and in a zone.
Martin's three is not good, and the rebound by Evansville. Now down low, the shot is blocked by Hannah Spanich. Spanich will be whistled for the foul, and this will send Samantha Heck to the free throw line.
For Spanish, that will be just, just her second foul.
Birds have had 4 fouls at this point in the second half. They had, if I'm not mistaken, just 3 at halftime.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's not atypical either. For some reason, they do that.
Free throw is good. Illinois State leads by 25. Spanich and Lewis are out. Bracey returns, and Broadway is into the game for Illinois State. Heck's second free throw is good. So she gets the job done on both ends. Katie Broadway sends it in to Amanda Clifton. Clifton working against Martin. Clifton to the half court.
Yeah, Evansville trying to trap at midcourt here in a 1-2-2.
Down low, it's Hanley. Shot is up and good. Good ball movement decisions by Illinois State.
Well, and that's a danger when you trap, is you always leave the high percentage scoring area open, and that's exactly what Emily Hanley got.
53-28 is the Illinois State lead. Evansville with the basketball. Heck out top. Goes to Amy Gallagher. Down to 9 seconds to shoot for Evansville. Martin to Gallagher with 5. Gallagher trying to work against Broadway with 3. Fires it up, and it is not good. And Ashleen Bracey there for the board for Illinois State. Here come the Redbirds. Maggie Crick gives to Hanley. Hanley got hit, but no call. And the crowd, I think, rightfully groans about that one. Ball went out of bounds, and Illinois State loses possession on that one, actually. So 15:31 to go, and Illinois State with a 53-28 lead. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
It could be you're finally ready to walk through the big boss's door and diplomatically discuss your wonderful job performance of late, and oh, wouldn't a raise be special? Or how about a first semi-formal dinner date? Don't take chances. Take it to Starcrest Cleaners, because Starcrest Cleaners customers are spotless in the spotlight. The Starcrest team works hard to provide you with quick turnaround times, winning customer service, and a #1 product. So when it's on you that the spotlight shines, you're sure to look more than fine. Open 7 days, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover Welcome. Starcrest is your hometown cleaners.
There are 2 kinds of get-togethers, the forgettable kind and the famous kind. What do they serve at the forgettable kind? I forget, but everyone remembers the famous kind because the tables are piled high with piping hot famous days. Right, Dave? Hey, my ribs can make any party famous. Anniversaries, reunions, we can handle any size get-together and customize for any budget. Just go online to famousdays.com for the best-tasting, most award-winningest barbecue in America.
Redbird basketball on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network is brought to you by Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security?
15:31 to play in this one. Illinois State has opened up a 53-28 lead on Evansville. Let's go courtside. Our sideline reporter this evening is Tom LaMonica.
Robin Pitch was pretty happy during this timeout. She said, we just need to keep playing our game. She congratulated Emily Hanley for staying tough under the basket after getting bumped around. But the other thing I noticed over here that made the coaches really happy is on Maggie Crick's last three-pointer, Amanda Clifton had the ball on the wing, and she started to attack the basket, and Maggie's defender sloughed off as if to help her, left Maggie wide open for a three-pointer, and they were really happy with the fact that Amanda made herself a threat.
Well, and I don't know that people appreciate how hard those decisions can be made or are to make. I mean, unless you play that position. I mean, I really don't have any idea.
Trust me,
I think
you
I have an
have to
appreciation
watch
of it.
3 different defensive players, much less see your own teammate. And you know, you've got to have great floor awareness.
Shot was missed by Evansville, and the Redbirds also pick up a foul in pursuit of the rebound. So the Redbirds come back with the basketball. 15:05 to go. Out top, it's Ashleen Bracey. Clifton to Crick. And a whistle and a foul as Hannah Singleton, a 6'2 senior, is going to get whistled for the foul for Evansville.
Singleton just got in, and she gets to go sit down once again. A little frustration there.
Hey, Jill, do me a favor. Take a look at Maggie Crick's line.
Maggie's having a heck of a ball game. She's 14 points, leading scorer in the game, 3 boards, 4 assists. I mean, she's 6 for 6. She has not missed a shot, RC.
1 for 1 beyond the arc and 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Birds lead 53-28. Katie Broadway, the fadeaway, doesn't go. Rebound gathered in by the Evansville Purple Aces. Under 15 to go for the half.
Good to see Katie Broadway working off the dribble. I think the more she does that and expands her game, the better.
Broadway with the steal. She's going to go in for the layup. It's good. Illinois State leads 55-28. Sorry, Jill.
That's only Broadway's 3rd steal of the season, and she converts. Nice job.
Evansville with the ball. Katie almost had herself another one right there.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis goes to Kaylin Martin. Down to 16 to shoot for Evansville. 14-13 to go, and the round is already on in this one. Gallagher with 9 seconds.
Birds are switching everything out here now.
Now Jordan Lewis in some trouble. Throws up a prayer. Airballs it out of bounds. And it will be Redbird basketball. Some intense defensive pressure put on and displayed by Illinois State. And Evansville's going to have to use a timeout here to try to regroup. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
You know, one of the things that's encouraging, though, remember in the Creighton game, Illinois State just got absolutely killed at the arc. I mean, they couldn't stop a three-point shot if they put bubble gum on it. But, you know, today they're contesting every shot out there.
Couldn't if you put bubble gum on it.
Well, you know, you'd think if you had bubble gum on your hand, it would get to the ball and stop the shot. But, I mean, they couldn't stop anything.
So the bubble gum would be
sticky,
and it would be hard to shoot. Okay, all right. Just trying to figure that out.
You've got to get a visualization there, huh? Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Well, the point being, we're contesting 3 significantly better.
And that was a substantial problem for Illinois State early in the season.
Early in the season, they were terrible defending the 3, and now they really are coming out and contesting without fouling, which is the other key.
Yeah, those first 10 games, it seemed that everybody was hitting threes against Illinois State. 55-28 is the Redbird lead, and Redbird's working against the zone. Crick for 3. It's not good. That's her first miss, and we're going to have a ball goes out of bounds on the rebound, and it'll be Illinois State basketball. Well, Maggie was bound to miss one sometime.
I hate to see her miss.
First miss in 7 tries. Ball comes in. Alert play by Ashleen Bracey. She drives, shoots, misses, and the rebound by Evansville.
Too bad she had Emily Hanley wide open right under the bucket.
Still a good play just for her to be alert, grab the loose ball, and allow the Redbirds to keep possession. Illinois State with a 55-28 lead. Evansville with the basketball down to 13 on the shot clock. Shot is put up. It is not good, and Maggie Crick with the rebound for Illinois State. Lost it up the floor to Ashleen. Catches with her back to the bucket. Shoves it to Hanley. Layup is good. That's as pretty a play as you'll see. Birds by 29.
Yeah, Illinois State doing a clinic right now, and Evansville is taking lessons.
57-28. Lob down low to Benson. Defense collapses on her. Ball is loose. Picked up by Broadway. Birds with numbers. It's Bracy. Layup. No! And the rebound is picked up by Evansville. I think Ashleen heard some footsteps and took
She
her.
had a bad angle, needless to say.
Still looked like she maybe took her eye off, too, at the last second.
Yeah, I agree with that, RC.
Evansville back with the ball. Birds lead by 29. Benson works against Bracy. Shot is up. Not good. Hanley gets a hand on it. We'll have a held ball. Good effort by Evansville. And the ball will go to Evansville on the possession error.
You know, one of the things the Birds are doing exceptionally well today is digging in from the outside or helping post to post every time the ball gets in the paint. And, you know, they've been a little reluctant to do that at times, and this is great practice for them.
Nicole Lewis will come in for Ashleen Bracy. 10 points, 5 rebounds for Ashleen. Birds out rebounding Evansville 28-20. 12-26, still a lot of time in this one, and the Birds already with a 29-point lead. Ball comes into Gallagher. She fakes out Lewis. Shot is not good, though. And the rebound by Shayla Jackson. And Shayla had it swatted away from her. It went off her foot and out of bounds to Evansville.
Yeah, Bamberger came in and gave her a little bump in there, and she wasn't quite on balance.
So Evansville will send it in at baseline right. Gallagher will get it into Megan Collins. Back to Gallagher. Gallagher guarded by Emily Hanley. Has to get rid of it. Does so to Falkenstein. Now Gallagher will shoot it up. It's short. Rebound. Nicole Lewis had it. Missed it. And it's picked up and put in by Collins. It's interesting. After Evansville makes a shot like that, you don't hear a thing in the gym. I mean, not even really from their bench. Now Maggie drives, shoots, and scores.
Evansville in a zone defense there. Maybe they were last time, and I missed it.
They were. And your trusty play-by-play guy had mentioned that.
Son of a gun, and I just tuned you out as usual.
Well, again, who can blame you? 59-30. Robin Pitchton not... There'll be another stoppage of play at the next dead ball for the officials' timeout. Illinois State with a 29-point lead, matching the largest lead for the Redbirds. Evansville back with the basketball. Under 12 to play in the game. Stephanie Bamberger, the junior, gives it to Falkenstein. Now the pass is picked off. Evansville trying to backdoor. Broadway gets the steal. Crick with the basketball to the left wing. Wings it to Broadway. Right side, steps around her defender. Now fades, shoots, and scores. Birds by 31.
Katie Broadway just doubled her steals on the season. She's got 2 in this ball game.
Evansville with the ball. Bamberger. Falkenstein for 3. Just barely caught the rim, and a rebound by Katie Broadway. Outlets to Maggie Crick. Here come the Redbirds again. Maggie Crick into the lane. Her shot is good. Maggie Crick turning it on. Illinois State by 33 with 11 minutes to go. And now you start to wonder if the Redbirds are remembering that quarterfinal game where Evansville beat them as the 8th seed in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament last year. Falkenstein's 3 is good.
Wow. Yeah, don't you think they're thinking, here, take that. You know, it's interesting. Falkenstein leading rebounder on this team, and she has seen very limited time so far in this ball game.
Birds working against the zone. Out top, it's Emily Hanley. Broadway, Crick fakes the 3, steps inside, nothing there. Looks for some help now in the corner. Somebody's going to come get her. Now it's Broadway on the right wing. Baseline jumper for Hanley, misses, but Shayla Jackson with the rebound. Kicks out, Crick for 3. No. Rebound picked up by Evansville. Collins getting the board. Now Evansville with numbers, and what a play by Maggie Crick to kick the ball away. It was 2-on-1. Crick got a foot in the passing lane. It will be Evansville basketball, but that's how you stop the layup without the foul. And Illinois State with a 30-point lead, 10-12 to go in this one. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Having a bad hair day? Just call 663-5441. That's CB Hair Design, 209 South Prospect in Bloomington. Need a haircut, color, highlight, or low light?
The first one and made the second, but, you know, even with a 30-point lead, and Jill knows this better than anybody, coaches can never stop coaching.
You can't relax. You got to play it all out.
Evansville sends the ball in. It's Gallagher. She'll give it out top. Shot for three is not good. Rebound, Shayla Jackson for Illinois State. And then she does a great job protecting the basketball. Maggie Crick up the floor. Gives to Hannah Spanich on the left side. Cross court to Broadway. Broadway out top. Spanich wide open three. Off the mark. And the rebound gathered in by Evansville. Gallagher really had to protect the ball, spinning away from the hard-charging Ashleen Bracey. Bamberger down low. Collins shot is blocked, and Spanich is going to get whistled for a foul, and it's going to send Collins to the line. Our attendance this afternoon on Pack the Arena Day, not a bad job. 4,162, third largest crowd for women's basketball in program history.
And I'm sure the Redbirds thank you. They're certainly seeing their Lady Redbirds put on a show here today.
At the line is Collins, 8 of 11 from the free throw line this season, and hits this one. 9:43 to go. Illinois State leading by 29. Make it 28 as the free throw is good.
They're tightening it up.
Hey, I think this is a 5-0 run, is it? It was a 33-point lead, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And here's a steal by Gallagher. Gallagher goes in, layup is good, in the foul. And Hannah Spanich with a sloppy pass and a foul on the other end, so.
I think Hannah's going to get to sit on the bench. That would be her fourth foul.
The Redbirds as a team for the game have 9. Crick also gets a breather.
You know, you always want to be somebody who stands out on the stats, but not usually in the personal foul category.
Free throw is good, and Gallagher completes the three-point play, so keeping things in perspective, Evansville still tightening things up. Lead is down to 25. It was 33.
Well, that zone definitely is bothering Illinois State a little bit.
Broadway three. Got it! Katie Broadway, second three of the game, and Illinois State leads 66-38. So that'll the way to attack the zone.
See the zone, absolutely.
Here's Falkenstein. Drive, shot, no, and another Illinois State foul. It's either going to be Jackson or Hanley. It is Emily.
Well, Falkenstein got Bracey in the air and then Hanley reaching, and a nice job putting the ball on the floor. They expect her to shoot the three, needless to say.
And the two shots on the way. First one is good. Evansville will be in the bonus the rest of the way, by the way. And a pretty safe bet that Evansville's going to hit the 40-point mark as they're at 39 right now.
I think they might.
Oh, remember, they hadn't done it in 2 of their last
True.
3 games.
Exactly.
Second free throw is not good.
Lane violation by the Redbirds. She gets another shot.
Evansville has not only gone 0-6, but they've lost every game in the Valley by double digits this season.
They are the only team without a win in Valley play so far, and at some point we can talk about the Valley standings. They are definitely a surprise to, I think, a lot of people.
Illinois State by 26 after those free throws, second of which was good. Emily Hanley in the lane, kicks it out to Alexis. Alexis goes to Katie Broadway on the right wing. Redbirds again working against the zone. Broadway for three, in and out, and the rebound loose on the floor, but picked up by Gallagher for Evansville. Gallagher to Bamberger. Her three is not good. Rebound, Ashleen Bracey. I'm not sure how she grabbed it, but she did. Up the court, it goes to Shayla. Shayla has the ball taken away from her, but gets it back. Now Jenkins out top, thought about the three. Instead down low, it's Hanley. Missed the layup. She was off balance. Bracey coming in for the rebound and tiptoeing along the baseline to stay in. She shoots it to Jenkins in the lane. Layup, no. Hanley is fouled in pursuit of the rebound.
Emily Hanley came flying through for the second offensive board. Illinois State really pursuing the boards right now.
Well, and you mentioned the standings a moment ago, Jill, in the Valley. Illinois State in first place, and with a win here, would go a full game in front of Creighton. Creighton still has a game this weekend against Northern Iowa tomorrow at home for Creighton. But the fact is, the Birds with a chance to distance themselves a little bit. Bracey for three, off the mark, and the rebound gathered in by Evansville.
Birds have missed their last 3 shots, and I think 4 of their last 5.
Under 8 to go. Shot is up, not good, and Ashleen Bracey with the rebound for Illinois State, her 8th board. Gives it to Shayla Jackson. Now Jenkins, Birds working around, Broadway. Out top to Jenkins. Again, a zone put on by Evansville. Jackson attacks. Shot is not good. So the Redbirds, and all these shots have been short, Jill.
Yeah, and, I just think the zone changes tempo for Birds, and I think they prefer the up-tempo. They can't get it against the zone.
Shot is up and good for Taylor Ware.
And they're getting good looks, honestly. They're just not hitting them right now.
Broadway to Bracey. Birds lead is down to 24 from 33. Bracey on the left wing goes to Broadway. She'll fire it for 3. This one a little short again. Bracey in for the rebound. The putback is good. Alert play for Ashleen Bracey. And 9 boards, 12 points for Ashleen. She's looking for a 3rd consecutive double-double. Lob into Heck out top. It's Bamberger for 3. Not good. Rebound saved in by Ware, but saved in to Emily Hanley for Illinois State. Here come the Redbirds. Alexis Jenkins will drive. Kick out now. Hanley through the lane. Hanley spins. Nothing there. Goes to Shayla Jackson on the left wing. Now it's Broadway, right wing. Jenkins out top. They leave her alone for 3.
She should take that, yeah.
She still didn't. Gives to Broadway. Broadway from the free throw line. A little too strong. Hanley with the rebound. Putback is good. She's fouled. Count the basket.
It's too bad Jenkins didn't have the shooting confidence that Broadway has. She's wide open.
And an official's timeout on the floor as the Birds extend the lead back to 28. 70-42, 6:16 to go in this one. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Are you facing an unexpected career change or early retirement?
Robin Pittston reminded her troops they need to stay solid. They need to be fundamentally solid the rest of the game and finish.
Emily Hanley at the line, and as Tom mentioned, all 3 Redbird freshmen in now. Jay Stewart, Megan Grace joining Alexis Jenkins. 6:16 to go in the game. Free throw for Emily is not good, and the rebound by Evansville. Birds by 28, 70-42. In the paint, this is Singleton. Singleton has the defense collapse on her. Now she gives it out to Gallagher, and good reaction by Illinois State.
Well, that was 2 freshmen that dropped in there. I thought that was good. I was impressed.
Down to 8 to shoot for Evansville. Amber Boyd with the basketball. Throws up a prayer, airballs it out of bounds.
And they call a touch on that by Megan Grace, so they're going to give Evansville the ball.
With 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Then Megan should get a block, don't you suppose?
Yes, she should. Boyd, the freshman, to send it in, gets it into Gallagher, puts it on the floor with 2. Shot is up, not good. Out of bounds off of Emily Hanley. So Evansville will get it right back with 5:45 to go in this one.
Megan Grace has had 3 situations here where she's been on the ball for the shot and has not fouled. That is awesome for her.
Shot is up, not good. Rebound, Hanley had it. Stewart gets it for Illinois State. Jay Stewart, the freshman, with the rebound. Jenkins pushes it up the floor, looking for Grace, and Grace had a shot. She just didn't quite time her jump right.
Yeah, would have taken a good jump, though, and Alexis went right up to her and told her it was her fault.
5:30 to go in this one, and the Birds by 28. Again, 4,162 the attendance. 3rd largest crowd in program history for the ISU women.
These folks need to come back. They're filling this lower bowl. Looks great.
Well, and after what they've seen today, I think there's a good shot they will. Boyd for 3 is good. So the freshman, Boyd, hits a 3-pointer. That's her 6th in 15 tries on the season. And the lead is down to 25 with 15 to go. Jay Stewart on top. Flips to Shayla Jackson down low. Megan Grace has it knocked away from her and picked up by Evansville. Boyd on the left wing gives it out top. The three taken by Falkenstein is not good, and the rebound by Emily Hanley, and Evansville gets two hands on it. Held ball, alternating possession to Illinois State. But Jill, let's take a look at those Valley standings.
Well, the interesting thing, we've talked about Illinois State being a game ahead of Creighton, but there's a log jam. 4-2 Bradley, 4-3 Missouri State, 4-3 Drake, 4-3 Wichita State. All four of those teams are just packed right into that second through sixth place.
Another pileup on the floor after a missed shot, and this time the possession arrow goes to Evansville. And we've seen some eyebrow-raising games this year. I think that's going to continue, and
well,
I
it's just like this weekend, 3 home teams losing, and they were the higher-ranked teams. Northern Iowa at Drake, Northern Iowa wins, and Bradley at Creighton, Bradley wins, and then I just went blank. Who was the third one that happened today? Wichita at Missouri State.
Don't you feel that, you know, when you look at it, as Evansville comes back with the basketball, Illinois State leading by 25, that for no other reason than experience alone, it's still going to come down to Illinois State and Creighton?
From the teams that I've seen, I would guess that, and I've seen everybody so far but Bradley. But Illinois State certainly has the experience and the depth right now, probably even more depth than I think Creighton has.
Shayla Jackson with the basketball for Illinois State. Redbirds really just running clock right now. Shayla Jackson flips it to Alexis Jenkins. Gives it to Hanley. Hanley for three, a little strong, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by Evansville. It'll be Redbird basketball.
Emily's taken a couple threes today. She's missed them both, but both good looks.
Well, she has
hit. It only shows one, though, doesn't it?
I think that was her first one. She has hit 5 of them on the year. Anyway, timeout on the floor. Birds lead by 25. Scoring on both sides seems to have come to a stand.
Assistant coach and her team and her young players, she was happy about the pile up under the basket going for the loose ball. Actually, Megan Grace is the one who got down and got the forced the held ball that Evansville got. But she said, "But guys, if we box out and do our job rebounding, we're not going to have to worry about getting on the floor. So box out first."
Redbirds with 3 freshmen in, 2 of which have seen very limited playing time this year. Alexis Jenkins with the basketball. Broadway in the corner, her 3. That one might have been partially blocked by Bamberger. Apparently not. It goes out of bounds to Evansville.
Yeah, last 3 shots by Broadway have all been short. She's a kid that'll make that adjustment, though. I would guess if she gets another look, she'll hit one.
Chelsea Hawkins into the game for the first time, a freshman out of Ohio for Evansville. 3:10 to go in this one, and Illinois State leading by 25. The Birds have led by as many as 33 in this one. Really dominating from the outset. Shot is put up. It is airballed. Fight for the rebound. Out of bounds to Evansville with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Redbirds have led the whole way in this game.
Yeah, there's no question they've dominated. And it's nice in a game like this that a lot of players can get on the floor.
Jay Stewart knocks the ball away. Now that forces a half-court shot and a shot clock violation against Evansville. Good play by the freshman, Jay Stewart from Taylorville, Illinois.
Yeah, good effort by Jay, especially with 4 seconds on the clock.
2:48 to play in the game. Birds by 25. It's Katie Broadway, left wing, back to Alexis Jenkins. Jay Stewart, right side, 3, in and out. Rebound by Evansville. I thought she had that one. Here we go. Boyd will shoot it from 3. It is not good. The rebound, though, by Evansville. Singleton gets it. Gets it out to Chelsea Hawkins.
Good grief.
Long
She
3.
wanted to shoot.
And the rebound is to Illinois State. Broadway gets the board. Katie Broadway takes it to the right wing. Emily Hanley on top. Grace in the paint. Turns, shoots, misses. Redbirds haven't hit a bucket in a while.
No, they're struggling here offensively. Whoops.
Shot is up. Not good. And Jay Stewart back in a hurry, but she takes the charge.
Yeah, good call.
Or takes the block, pardon me. And Falkenstein, the sophomore from Evansville, shoots and misses. Oh, that's Jordan Lewis, pardon me. Don't give me that look.
Hey.
There's a lot of people to keep track of out there.
I know. It's like bubble gum. I mean, come on.
Jordan Lewis misses the first one. Second one is good. So the lead is at 24.
If they're not careful, Evansville could get 50 points in this game.
Well, I'm sure that there were some goals set.
I would guess that.
2 minutes even to go in this one. Birds about to improve to 6-1 in the Valley and 13-5 overall. Alexis Jenkins for three, a little strong, and the rebound tapped out. Shayla Jackson saves it in. She was looking for you, I think, Jill. It's smacked down by Alexis Jenkins in the backcourt.
They've heard about my shooting capabilities, probably. It's a drop kick from here.
Jenkins tracks it down the backcourt, but over and back is the call. 1:43 to go in the game. And Evansville to send it in. That's Jordan Lewis, by the way, who's sending the ball in.
Oh, yeah, Jordan.
Now Collins loses the handle.
Oh,
and
nice.
Jay Stewart able to knock it away again. She couldn't save it in bounds, but again, good defensive effort by the freshman, Jay Stewart.
Well, good anticipation off the ball. Jay is just kind of lagging back, watching the pass, and then going for it.
93 seconds for the game, and the Birds lead by 24.
That's a very relaxed-looking Redbird bench over there, don't you think, RC?
That was Jordan Lewis, by the way, who just inbounded the ball for Evansville.
You are all over that.
Jordan Lewis gets it back. Boyd catches, shoots, misses for three. Rebound Evansville. And Boyd on the right wing. She wants to shoot again. Yeah. She does, and misses. And the rebound by Shayla Jackson with 1:12 for the ball game. So the Birds will fall into a much more normal schedule after a lot of games in a short period of time. Shayla Jackson, three. Got it!
Nice pass by Jay Stewart on that dribble penetration.
Under a minute to go, 73-46. The three for Evansville is short. Rebound, Alexis Jenkins for ISU. But the Birds will play next on Thursday night at Northern Iowa. We'll have it on WJBC. Alexis Jenkins shoots and scores. So all of a sudden, the Birds are finding the stroke.
Don't you think these freshmen have been sitting there this whole game thinking, when do I get my chance? And here they go. They're lighting it up now.
And the Birds lead is back at 29. Block shot by Emily Hanley, and Megan Grace with a board. And they tie her up. Possession arrow to Illinois State. A 1 second difference between, or not even that, a tenth of a second. Well, no, it's one second difference.
1.1.
So the clock starts, and the Birds taking the ball up the floor. 75-46, Illinois State with the lead. Jay Stewart from the right wing wanted to pull the trigger and opted not to. Now Jenkins gives to Shayla Jackson. 10 seconds for the ball game. Birds going to try to use as much of it as they can. Shayla for three, misses. Rebound to Evansville with 3 seconds to go. Evansville will get off a last-second shot.